So we are live. Um, so, hello, everybody on this Memorial Day. Oh, dang, I had something I was supposed to. I had a short I was supposed to do. I was so tired. Okay, so hello, everybody that's on. Everybody that's gonna come on and watch later. So we are talking about. Let's see. So we're talking about Richaun Holmes. He put I don't know. He's not actually. He's still playing for them, but he is not. He's not actually playing for them because of the personal issues that he's going in his life. So he's taking some time off. So Richaun Holmes, who's a basketball player for the Sacramento Kings, he was married to this young lady by the name of Alexis. I don't know her last name. And he is going through a custody battle. Not really a custody battle because he actually won custody of his son. But when it was time for his ex wife to surrender the son over to Rashawn, she went to Georgia. Like she ignored what the court said in California, and then she went to Georgia claiming domestic violence. So I guess because she did that, that kind of put a halt to a lot of stuff because they want to find out if any domestic violence is going on in the actual relationship, which doesn't seem like it is. She just don't want to give up the son because we know many of these women, especially when it comes to certain men that have money, and then some women they just it's people think it's because of money. Some women they just like the guy. They just like the guy. They want to be with him. They don't want him to be with somebody else. So they have a baby with the guy. Not all the time it has to do with money. Not all the time it has to do. Some women just like the guy. They just like the vibe. They just like how he is with them and stuff like that, and then they just choose to have a child for this guy so they could always have a connection to the person. So not all the time it's for money. But in this case, it may be that case. So let's see what happens. So back in, I believe in April, they got a divorce sometime 2019. They got a divorce in sometime 2019, and I guess he filed for full custody. I guess he filed for full custody instead of half. He get custody sometimes, she get custody some other time. So he filed for full custody, and maybe because of the way she was acting, the way she was, or maybe the different things that he do, she did say that because he has money or whatever it may be, that's why they gave him full custody. It may be that too, because sometimes if the person has the money and the means, and then they're able to pay the lawyer, they can get their way. So he was awarded custody, but in the midst of their custody battle, this young lady went to the Sacramento Bee, probably like a publication, and that's when she came out with the allegations that he was putting hands on her. And then he had supposedly, the son had went to his house, and then the son came back with a knot on his head. She didn't go to the police then, but she went to the Sacramento Bee, which they probably gave her some money, because something like that, you put out there, and he's a well-known basketball player, that's gonna get some traffic for them. So they may have paid her. So in the midst of that, she was, if you go look on Twitter, you'll see like a snippet of the interview. It's not the whole thing because he did end up suing the Sacramento Bee and her for defamation. So if you go and watch the thumbnail, the picture of the thumbnail is a clip from that interview where she started crying. I mean, it was so fake. I am not moved by tears because I know a lot of women use tears to manipulate people. She started crying, and I was like, whatever, lady. So, but this is my thing. I don't know who was advising Richaun Holmes at the time, but if you won custody, he won custody back in April. Before he even won, because he probably, because I think it was multiple, they say multiple judges granted him full custody, whatever it may be. But if you have not secured, and this is the thing with men, before I even say that, men have reduced women to just good for cooking, just good, you just good for sex, you just good for cleaning, you can't do nothing. The Bible tells you a woman is a help meet. A helpmeet, a helpmate, a helper. The Bible tells you that. So the woman, and God has placed a lot of things in women that can help build you or help destroy you. The Bible also goes further on to say that a woman needs to have a covering, because if she doesn't, there are angels that's gonna use her because she's uncovered. She's left exposed. That's why you are weak vessel, not because you just weak because you can't do anything, because you need protection. That's why the man, one of the characteristics of a man is he's your protector. But that's like an insult to women these days. They don't understand their nature, why God said that. And instead of going, going to God and ask him to explain to you, you just make up your own scenario. So God's saying this to thing because he know a woman is, and that's she's like the weaker link where the enemy can pass if she's uncovered, if she does not have a strong man. The Bible tells us, how can you plunder a strong man and take away his possessions? You have to bind him up first. Some people don't even have a strong man in the house. So even before this woman even got married, her father wasn't a cover, because before your husband covers you, you were supposed to be covered by your dad, which gives, when you get married, and he gives it over to your husband. So when these women are left uncovered, they are exposed to different entities and the evil spirits to use them. And then we have people with their big mouths out here, don't know nothing, telling you, oh, woman, you don't need no woman. All she's good for is to cook and clean and to have sex and stuff like that. She ain't good for nothing. And that's why y'all always getting caught up. That's why women always doing certain things to you guys, because you do not know the power a woman holds. You do not know the influence a woman holds. And if you want to see that, go look at this case. What's the name of it? Pink Book Lessons. Pink Book Lessons. She has, the whole court proceedings, and then here and there she gives her commentary. And then you have, what's the name of this channel? Live Court Archives. It's one channel. But the thing is, when I was watching that person's channel, it gives a good some parts of the court proceedings, but it kept on repeating it. So I was gonna go with that person, because they have a smaller channel, so they get the traffic, but they kept on just putting the same thing over and over again. So you never get really, if you want to get the context of what's going on in this court case, you won't ever get the context, because it's like the same thing over again. But Pink Book Lessons does have the whole court proceedings, and she just gave her commentary here and there, for fair use. So when you have these men that don't know what they're talking about, saying this about women. That's how you men get caught up, because you just reduce women to just that, not knowing women have so much power, so much power, so much power. And if she is not led by the Spirit of God, she's not covered, she can do a lot of destruction. I'm looking at this case, and unfortunately people value money more than people. Richaun Holmes, does not if he is not willing to fast and pray, stand in intercession for his son, even though you got some court papers that say that you got full custody, you're gonna lose, because this child is autistic, and she said ADHD. You can tell, even if the child is not ADHD, but the child has autism. If you have ever worked with people with autism, you know that for them to learn anything, they are able to learn. They are able to learn. People just let them. Certain people who have people with children with autism, they tend to just let them have their way. They don't think they're able to learn. Yes, they're able to learn. It's just gonna take a lot of patience and a lot of time. So how they get them to learn certain stuff is through repetition over and over and over and over again. Some of them they're able to see. If they're able to see you do certain stuff and you do it over and over again, they get it. Some of them, if you talk to them over and over, they all people with autism, they have different ways that they learn, but it has to be repeated. And then now she probably isn't working. She probably isn't working. And she was getting alimony at a point that has finished, but I'm sure she has some money left over. So she's probably with this child, let's say 24/7. With this child 24/7, and she does not like the father. She does not like the father. And because she has problems with him, you trying to take my son away from me, and then you suing me and stuff like that. So she's able to be with this child and tell him certain stuff about the father, which if you watch the court case, I advise you to watch this court case. This little boy, a boy that loved his dad, he was always with his father, and now all of a sudden he doesn't like, from, I think she ran away with him in April, I believe. So it hasn't been too long. So she's with this boy 24/7, teaching him certain stuff. It's going to stick, because that's how those kids learn. Because even me, I'm looking back when I was with my kids at a point in time when I couldn't work, I couldn't go to school because I didn't have any immigration papers yet. My kids were with me 24/7. When they was with me 24/7, I was able to teach them certain things. So what did I learn? That they learn a lot of they learn their ABCs and their numbers and different things like that. And then I teach them a lot of Creole songs. A lot of Creole songs. That's all we listen to. So much so, sometimes we would be catching the bus and they would start whole concerts on the bus. They start singing Creole songs on the bus, and then most of the times it's a lot of older Haitian women, and then everybody break out in song in the bus. Because that's what I taught them, because we were together all the time. So this child being together all the time with his mother, even if because I heard they say that there's a child recovery, I don't know what the name of it, but agency that's supposed to go be able to get the child. Even if he is able to get this child back, you're not going to have the same RJ that you had before. This is a different RJ that's scared of you, and scared of you for whatever reasons the mother knows. Because while in the court case, while they was in court proceedings, he asked to see he wanted this. He no, the judge asked if she could get the son. So she's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go get him, stuff like that. Before she came with him on the thing, she's on the side saying something to the little boy. And then when the little boy, I guess when he saw his father, he was like so scared, he like was trying to run away. And then people try to calm him down, and then the judge was like, okay, just we're gonna give him to a break room. I guess they put the dad in the break room, so the little boy is unable to see the dad. And then while the judge showed him, some magic tricks on Zoom. But this boy didn't have problems with him before. So Richaun thinking he gonna get the same child back. That's not gonna be the same child. That's not gonna be the same child at all. And for me, like I said, if he's not willing to stand and push away his plate, pray and intercede for this little boy, you're gonna lose. Because how this mind is programmed, only God can change his mind, renew his mind, or his mom. Because that's probably where it came from. And I would say that she wants money. Give her money. Give her the money until you get your son. Until you're able to secure your son. She has your son. She has all the cards. She's in charge. She has your son. That's who you love. If he didn't care about his son, who cares? I don't care about my son's stuff. He cares about his love. This man literally broke down when he saw his son didn't want to talk to him. The judge had to tell him, Mr. Richaun, you could go, because she kept on being on top of him. Mr. Richaun, you need to keep your camera on. You need to keep your camera on. When she saw he was breaking down, crying, she's like, sir, you could just turn off your camera until you and get some time for yourself. That's how much it hurt her. This lady did everything inside her. I'm talking about the ex-wife, so she wouldn't laugh. And then she still end up snickering a little bit because she's like, I got you. She already knew he loved his son. She already knew that he loved his son. But she's like, woo, I got him. I got him. That man literally broke down crying. Even if they recover your son, he won't be able to live with you. Because she's already put certain stuff in his mind against you. And only God or her can change that. Give her money. If that's what she wants, give her money. Give her money. Get her on her good side until I get my son. Because you care about your son. And she knows you care about your son. But we value money more than people. You had this Corey Holcomb, protect your assets, protect what you got and stuff like that. Or don't get married and stuff like that. Like that's the only way you could lose money. There was a woman that you pick. You don't pick correctly because y'all looking at, she got this booty, she got nice clavicle, she got no breasts and stuff like that. She willing to do whatever it takes in the bedroom, because the crazy ones, child, they do all kind of tricks in the bed, especially the crazy ones. But that's the ones that y'all like. That woman could drive you nuts. Nuts. That's your money going through because you have to take more vacations. Now you have this some type of sickness or disease. You have to go take it to the doctor. There's so many ways you could lose money. Where a woman, you don't even have to marry a woman. But y'all think y'all know everything. Y'all think y'all know everything. The lady left California. And she probably did some research. She probably did research and find out, if you claim domestic violence, when people who do, and taking up all the resources of people who actually need stuff like that, that could halt maybe a custody battle for however long, and that's what she's doing. Yeah, that's crazy, right? And that's what she's doing, and it's so unfortunate what this lady's doing. Mom, you cannot raise a boy. And then this young boy has autism and ADHD. And I'm not so I wouldn't even be surprised if she's getting a check. But according to the lifestyle she is accustomed to, those even if the child have they get the money for the child. That's not a lot of money, if you're accustomed to a certain lifestyle. So that's not enough. But I wouldn't be surprised if she has it because he does have ADHD. But you can't raise a boy, ma'am. A woman cannot raise a man. Period. We have tried. We have tried, but we women who know, no, we can't raise a son because that boy will always, even a daughter. Kids need their father, and if she really cared about this little boy, you have a father that wants to be in the child's life, and you doing all that you can to stop that because you mad because he don't want to give you no money, or he don't want to be with you, or both of them, or whatever it may be. Whereas there's some women, they yearn for that the man willing to pay, but he does not want to be in the child's life. This man wants to be in his child's life. And then I could also look at too, he, in a sense, when he was sitting there and the Zoom, he did have an intimidating presence, like to intimidate her. But she, at the end, she got the last laugh. She got the last laugh. And it seems like they had a very toxic relationship where they tick for tat. Because at the end of the day, he might have just wanted full custody just to get back at her. Just to get back at her for whatever happened in their relationship. But the way he is going about it, how you suing? I understand you wanted to sue them because there was lying on your name, but you just won custody and you went and sue her. I don't know who advised him to do that, but that was not a right. That was not a good move. You don't even have your son yet, because if the court said that she had to give over the son, that means she had the child was in her custody. So she had to, probably the lawyer, yeah, probably the lawyer. That was not a very good move at all. Because she has your son. Why are you suing the woman that you just won custody over, or you are about to win custody over? Because I'm sure he did that because it already, you're going to get your son, and then now you're going to make her pay for lying. So right after he not only did he sue her, she ain't did nothing yet. But when she saw that it was a final order that he has to get this child, boom, she was gone to Georgia. Don't even know where she is. Now you seeing your son on a video, and he doesn't even want to talk to you for whatever reasons the mother knows. She want money, give her money. So you go have your son until you secure your son. You build your relationship. Sometimes you have to, like Haitian people say, sometimes you have to drink bad water until stuff work out for you. Because this lady is not being led by no. She never said she was Christian. She ain't being led by no God. Something else is leading her, and she willing to do whatever it takes. If this child is what is her access to money, you think she gonna give the child over to you like that? I know your mom and dad, they are ministers and stuff like that. Y'all gonna have to pray to get this boy back, and to get this boy in his right mind, back to how he was with his father before. Because the way he sees his father, how are you afraid of your father? Where did that come from? It didn't. He wasn't like that before. Because I've seen him, his father going out with him. They taking pictures at the game and stuff like that. Where did this come from? And then you think and don't think, Mr. Holmes, you're just gonna get this son and you're gonna live happily ever after. No. If she has repeated to him, oh, daddy want to take you away from me. He don't want me to be no more in your life. You never ever going to see me. Even if she just said that, that's a whole lot for a child that has autism. Because that's going to stick in his head. And if you don't have somebody that have the patience, who able to work with kids with autism, because not every people, some people work with kids with autistic, but they don't have the patience to work with kids with autism. So if you don't have somebody that's willing to do that, or you're not willing to take the time to renew this child's mind, to deprogram his mind, you lost. You gonna get your son for real? She's not gonna get no money, but he's still gonna be scared of you. He's probably gonna have to go live with your mom and dad, or somebody else, and here and there, he's gonna be you're gonna see him if he even want to see you. And then there's another thing. If there's another possibility, that if she see that everything she has done to block and to stop you from getting your son, and now she's willing to lose, she could take herself out and the boy out too. That's another possibility. Why does it have to go get to that? Money is vanity. You can make that whatever she's looking for. You can make that back. But we value money. We put money on top of people. That's a dangerous game that's going on. This playing. This case is very dangerous. And the thing is, she know your weak spot, Mr. Holmes. You don't know her weak spot. You don't know what's going to get what will get to her. She knows your weak spot. Women, the same woman who y'all say, oh, y'all only good for cooking and cleaning and having sex. Even though that's not what you saying, Mr. Holmes, but you know that's what other people saying, and then that influences y'all in some way, and y'all don't move when y'all dealing with certain women. Y'all don't move strategically. Y'all think before y'all move. That's what I'm saying. You didn't say that for real, right? But I'm just saying that's what the people out there, like Corey Holmes and Kevin Samuels, used to be saying stuff like that, and other people used to say things like that. Y'all don't move strategically. Y'all don't move with wise counsel. Y'all don't seek out wise counsel. Y'all don't seek out a woman's perspective and a man's perspective. Y'all don't seek out several people before y'all make a move. Y'all just make a move because I got money. She ain't nothing. She ain't this. If she want money, just give it to her until I get my son. If I have to pretend to like you until I get my son, I'm pretending like you. If I have to pretend to like you so that you could deprogram, stop saying the foolishness that you, because she has uncracked the code on how to get stuff to stick in a child with autism, a child who has autism. Because whatever she told that boy, this boy used to love his father before, now he does not. That means and you see how she's using her that in the wrong way. She could be a very, very good teacher that works with kids with autism, but it's being used in the wrong way. It's being used against the father. This is very unfortunate situation. And you could tell that, and most of the time when kids have certain disabilities or problems, they don't want to deal with him. He actually loves his son. He actually wants to be with his son. And then all this time, maybe when he was with the dad, he had some type of structure, even though he may have ADHD and think it looked like his father is able to put some control in him. But all this time he with this woman, she probably let him do all kind of stuff, no boundaries or whatever. That's another problem you're gonna be having, because he's used to getting his own way with her, and that's probably why he wanted her first full custody in the first place. I'm trying to teach him boundaries. Yes, he do have ADHD. Yes, he may be on the spectrum, But he's able, if you take the time and you give him boundaries, he's able to function. But you coming in, you just letting him do what he wants. Oh no, he have ADHD. Oh no, he have autism. He's not like any. You want him to do whatever you want to do. That may be because it's all a bunch of scenarios. But what is going on here? That's not good. How this guy is moving is not good. I don't know who is advising him, but y'all better be careful. Better be careful. The judge asked us several times, did he ever come to Georgia where you at to do something physical to you? She never answered the question. She keep on doing saying this and saying that. Oh, she going all around the thing on, just a bunch of foolishness. Never answer the judge question. Even the judge getting tired of her. It's very sad. And then you can tell she's trying to manipulate the system so she get her own way. Now, and if she was raised, if her parents raised her in a sense where she always you see how it's not good to let your kids do whatever they want to do. Just give your kids anything they want. Let them have their way. That's the type of adult that you get. Manipulative adults. When stuff don't go that way, they do whatever it takes so it could go that way. And if it doesn't, if they have to harm themselves, harm somebody else, that's what they're gonna do. That's why you don't let kids get their own way. Kids supposed to have boundaries because when they don't, they grow up to adults like this. And if she was raised like, how's she gonna raise that boy? The same way, because you're not gonna do different. I would advise you to go watch that whole thing, because sometimes, yes, a lot of people was upset with what Cantrell said, the lady in New Orleans. The way she said it, she shouldn't have said it, but there are some women that do contribute to certain violence. It is true, because sometimes we want to portray women as innocent, and not all the time. Not all of us are innocent. We do a lot of stuff we don't know business doing, just like not all men are innocent. All men are victims. They are victims of women. Every woman they chose and stuff like that, they always hurt them. No, you not, sir. You know you guilty. Okay? But I would advise you to go watch the court proceedings. Pink Book Lessons have all like the majority of the proceedings. This live, what is the name? Live News Archive. I think I had it someplace. He had that channel had it, but I mean, kept on repeating the same section over and over again. It was annoying. But Pink Book Lessons do have the whole thing. So go watch it for yourself. Make your own conclusions. You don't have to listen to me. If you don't believe me, you don't have to listen to me. Go watch it for yourself to see how this case is playing out. It's very sad, and the only person who's going to suffer is this little boy. That's it. Because he's not going to have the father that he needs in his life, and his mother, not she's too busy trying to probably plan her next move on how so she could block this man so he don't get his son. So how are you really raising this boy? How are you really raising him? Child, this thing is crazy. But like I said, Mr. Holmes, if you're not willing to stand in intercession, pray and fasting for this little boy, you already lose, because his mind is programmed totally against you. Totally against you. And only the mother knows why. So that's all I had to say on this situation. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in another video. Bye.